Hello, my Capricorn gang. What is up? It is your girl, Ascension 225, Tarot and Oracle, and I'm here to give you your October's reading. I'm just going to say for the next 30 days. I'm behind on readings, guys, and it is what it is, okay? So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry because, you know, there are other things sometimes that take precedence over getting some of these readings done. So I'm going to say maximum the next 30 days, even though there'll be an overlapping reading for you guys, okay? Capricorns, I hope you're all doing well and abundantly blessed and happy and joyful and content just because you're connected to your source and you rolled out of bed this morning using all your faculties, right? Everything worked as it should, and that is enough to give up that gratitude. So thank you, Spirit. Thank you for all the blessings, no matter how big or small. We love you and we appreciate you, and we can't do this life without you or our spirit team. Thank you. All right. So Capricorn, this is for the next 30 days. I know it's almost the middle of October, but that's okay. We're going to get her done. All right. Maximum 30 days. There will be some overlapping energies because I will be doing another reading for you prior to that 30-day end, okay? So, it is Libra season, all right, Cappies? Libra season. Do you know what that means? That means that, well, if you don't know anything about Libras are air signs. I'm a Gemini. I'm also an air sign. So, this is one of my cousins, right? Day. But so Libra is the balancer of the entire zodiac. Libra makes sure everything is fair, everything's just, everything's balanced, and tries to restore stasis in the universe, or harmony, whatever you want to call it, all right? So utilize some of that Libran energy, especially if you have Libra anywhere in your chart. But even if you don't, just soak in all that Libran energy right now, and manifest harmony, equality, balance, smooth sailing, all that good stuff into your world, okay? All right, so Cappy, what is going on with you guys? We're going to get into the tarot in just a moment. However, we are going to start off with checking out a few of the oracle cards I've already meditated over, prayed over, and pre-shuffled just to save time. All right, you guys. You know, I pull from many different decks on my table, whatever I am inspired to pull. All right, so we're going to start off with that, and then we're going to get into the tarot, and you know, hopefully for all of this to tell a deeper story and give you that guidance, that advice that you need, or even a spiritual hug if you need one, okay? So do your girl a solid, Cappy. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, all right? I pick a random subscriber at the beginning of every month to, you know, give a free 30-minute reading to, if that's something you may be interested in. For sure, hit that subscribe and that notification bell so you'll always be notified when I put out content, and also share it with people that you think will enjoy the content or think it's dope, okay? And of course, like, that is your energetic hello to me. It's thank you, Spirit. It's all about that reciprocal type of energy, so I thank you very much in advance by doing that, okay? So find a nice cozy place to relax, relate, and receive, okay? This is a general reading. It's not a personal reading, you guys. It's a general reading, okay? So take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't force anything to fit. If you do need a personal reading, you can hit me up at ascension225tarot@gmail.com, and we can get your personal reading going. If you look in the description box, there's a promo code there where you can save 10 or 15%. I don't remember what it is right now. a little bit about me, some of my reviews on Thumbtack as well as Yelp. Check it out. All right, you guys. All right, so let's get into it. Nothing to do it but to get into it. All right. So we're going to start off with where do you want to start? Okay, we're going to start off with all right, we're going to start off with empowerment. Okay, we're going to start off with empowerment and see what else Spirit needs you to know. So we're going to start right here, and we'll get to these other two cards when we get into your tarot reading proper. Okay, so I asked Spirit, what spirit animal's energy do you need to embody, Capricorn, over the next maximum of 30 days? Okay, and Spirit gave Peacock, and this is about self-love. Maybe you're not loving on yourself enough, Capricorn. Maybe you need to get into that Four of Swords where, you know, maybe you need to just, you know, on Friday night, come in, lock the door, close the curtains, and stay in your pajamas all weekend. Catch up on sleep. Take bubble baths. Drink a glass of wine. Binge watch Game of Thrones or something. You know what I mean? Just to kind of put yourself back into that stasis that we were talking about, that balance. Because I feel a little bit, especially if I do remember a few of these cards, there may be a little bit of imbalance in your world now and over the next 30 days. So it is imperative, thank you, Spirit, it is imperative for you to meditate, relax, go out in nature because you're an earth sign. Go out in nature, hug a tree, whatever. Okay, yeah, you will find great power in focusing on the positive aspects of yourself, Capricorn, that which makes you indefinably unique and beautiful. There is deep wells of untapped inner power in letting go of negative self-talk, self-thinking, bad behavior. Yeah, let it go. Release it. All right? Let it go. And it's so funny because I just looked at, you know, I've got a bunch of cards on the table, and I'm looking at an angel card, the bottom of an angel card, and it says surrender. So surrender. Any toxic thinking, behaviors, ways of thinking, whatever. All right? And spend some time with yourself, loving on yourself, okay? Yeah. But don't be too proud like this Peacock, all right? I remember when me and some of my family members, we went away and we rented a cabin up in close to Asheville, North Carolina, and we had a pet peacock, and I think his name was Roscoe. And so Roscoe, you know, he was always showing off and showing all his beauty and his splendor and his glory, you know, just trying to get attention, right? But don't be like Roscoe and, you know, just kind of trying to get attention, okay? Just make sure that you give attention to yourself. I don't know where that came from. Spirit just said, okay, thank you, Spirit. Spirit just said to give it to you, okay? All right, so and some of you will relate and maybe some of you won't. All right, so what is the tea going on with our Cappies? All right, I'll tell you. I've got gathering. So maybe Capricorns, you want to get together with some friends, some family members. You want to socialize. Maybe this is a reunion or a meetup, okay? It reminds me of the Three of Cups energy. The Three of Cups is celebration and, you know, getting together with the people that mean the most to you and enjoying life, really. There could be some disagreements or will be some disagreements over the next 30 days. It says, I wish you understood how I feel. So maybe there's been some disagreements and conflicts going on, Capricorn, that make you feel like you feel misunderstood in some ways. I'm showing that access granted is in reverse. So maybe your access has been denied, Capricorn, or maybe you're denying access to other energy or energies. Okay, you can always flip the energy. I mean, flip the scenario. Okay, so somebody has lost their access to something. Okay. Oh yeah. So maybe somebody has been blocked from somebody's telephone. Maybe somebody's been blocked, on people's social media. You know what I'm saying? So there's no more access. Somebody might, actually make a fake profile though. So anyway, somebody's super confused. Confusion. Somebody's confused. I feel unclear about where we stand. So Capricorn, you, or maybe you and another person in whatever this scenario is, maybe feeling like, I don't understand what's going on right now. I'm so confused right now. But you're being divinely guided. You're being divinely guided. All right. There's no time in the spirit realm, only divine timing. So you're being divinely guided by Archangel Michael, who not only guides us, but also protects us. So follow Archangel Michael's lead, okay, Capricorn? And it's all about gaining knowledge and wisdom and guidance about yourself, most importantly, okay? Tap into that divine source that, that wants to give you that guidance, right? Okay. And then, okay. There may be some form of absence here. Maybe you're feeling a loss. Maybe something or someone has left. It says, I feel like a part of me is missing without you. So yeah, I feel like it's, another person that's missing from your life. Maybe you're feeling really vulnerable right now. Maybe you're feeling really, really vulnerable, or maybe maybe you weren't able to feel vulnerable, previously. All right. But I feel more so it's like you feel really vulnerable, maybe because there is this absence that you're really feeling. Okay. And it could have been, or it could have been that you were not vulnerable and maybe you were kind of elusive with your feelings, your emotions, being vulnerable, allowing people to peel away that onion so they could get to understand you better. You know what I mean? And this, it does say trickery here. So I don't know if somebody was, and it says dishonest and trickery. So I don't know if somebody was dishonest or a trickster in this scenario. And then what was in the crossing is, oh Lord, Spirit, you wrong. All right, you ready for this? Somebody ain't shit. Somebody ain't shit. All right. Yes, my spirit guides curse. And when I first started doing this and I heard them curse, I was like, oh no, really? Yes, they do. But somebody ain't shit. So either you feel like somebody ain't shit, or somebody feels like you ain't shit. All right. Or whatever the situation ain't shit. Very strong energy because it's in the crossing. This could also be somewhat of a blockage as well. All right. Interesting. Okay. All right. Intuitive guidance. What intuitive guidance, Spirit, do you want our Capricorns to see? Oh, wow. Look at this. Look. Hold on. Where's that card at? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Check this out, Capricorn. You got 2 confusion cards from separate decks. I cannot make this shit up, man. I wish I could. But there's just too much time and energy in trying to put fake stuff, okay? So somebody's in a definite state of confusion about whatever this situation is. Whatever's happening here. Access being denied. Maybe even blocked from each other. Disagreements. There's an absence here. Maybe it's a separation, a breakup, a divorce. Maybe somebody was dishonest here. This is that 7 of Swords type of energy. All right, trickery. Can't trust them as far as you can spit on them. Somebody who ain't shit. Okay, I can't say it any more than that. But somebody's definitely confused in this equation. Okay. And then after that, we've got time. So I don't know. Maybe somebody wishes there was more time. Maybe time has run out. Okay. Maybe somebody's against the clock. Okay. It says time is your greatest ally for growth and healing. Have you been rushing through life, Capricorn? Trust in the timing of things, because patience will bring the results that you are seeking. And it also says that this confusion that you're feeling is temporary. All right, whatever you're confused about, there will be clarity. Like I said, you know, Libra season is the season of balance. All right. Honor. Maybe this is Spirit's reminder for you to honor yourself. Honor yourself, Capricorn. Put yourself on a pedestal. Respect for yourself and others is key to your growth. Have you been respecting you? Have you been respecting others? If not, then maybe you need to rethink some things. Yeah. Setting clear boundaries and honoring yourself. All right. When you do that, the world has to follow. Okay. And there will be some form of renewal here. Renewal, new beginnings, transformation. All right. You surrendering some of that old shit, letting it go, purging it, and having a new beginning, being a new sprout. Okay. I like that. You're entering a phase of renewal and fresh energy. Have you been feeling worn out, Capricorn? Well, it's time to refresh yourself. Whether by resting or changing your environment, new energy is on the way. And the first thing that we talked about was you practicing self-love, right? Self-care. Okay? Yeah. Making sure that you're balanced. I like that. Spirit will never steer you wrong in their advice, okay? All right, so what is it? Okay. Sorry, I'm distracted by something on my phone. All right, okay. Angels, oh, what say you to our Capricorns? Okay. First message out was in the crossing. Crossing cards are either very strong energy or there could be some form of blockage. Okay? It says do the right thing. Do the right thing, Capricorn. Be virtuous. Don't, if you were tricky or Seven of Swords dishonest or you were deceptive about something, Spirit says, it's time for you to get out of that energy and do the right thing. Do the right thing. Yeah. Be virtuous in your choices and actions. There's an opportunity for you to take the higher ground. Thank you, Spirit. That will bring an end to a conflict or a disagreement. Do what you know. What? Do what you know. What the hell? Who wrote this? Do what needs to be done to bring resolution and healing. Oh, okay. Listen to this. It says, do what needs to be done to bring resolution and healing. And one of the cards in those T cards at the bottom is resolution. So I feel like whatever this shit is, you want some form of resolution here. All right, you want a resolution, point blank. I mean, I can't, you know what I mean? I feel like somebody's feeling shattered. It's in the reverse, so maybe this is beyond shattered here. Beyond shattered. Somebody's holding on and clinging on to something. Reminiscing about someone, reminiscing about somebody, but somebody's too busy winning. Some of you Capricorns, maybe you were deceptive. Maybe you had a love affair, and maybe that's what the issue is. Maybe you went outside of a connection. All right. Do the right thing. Your mantra for this is, I choose to bring peace to every conflict. So if you can find some form of resolution, then I would say try that. All right. And maybe because you don't have a resolution right now, maybe that's also why it's in the crossing, because it's some form of, thank you, Spirit, it's some form of blockage. All right. And then in the reverse, we have Archangel Gabriel, who is the messenger. It says divine emergence. It's time to be seen. Don't be afraid of your power and your gifts. So this is in the reverse. So maybe it's not time for this divine emergence for you. Maybe there's some things that you need to do until, before you can turn this card right side up. Okay. But right now, this divine emergence, it's not happening right now. All right. You need to do the right thing. All right. And you need to either honor yourself or honor somebody else. Okay. And then, yes, like I said, turn this card right side up. Okay. And then this is, wow. This was also in the reverse. So what's going on, Cappies? What's going on? I've got Water Guardian. Water or cups represent emotion in the tarot deck, and this is Water Guardian. Let your emotions flow. I feel like you might be not feeling the full range of your emotions, or you're denying your emotions, or you put a wall around your emotions and you're not feeling them. You're not feeling them. You're not experiencing them. You're not trusting your emotions either. Oh, okay. Wow, what's going on, Cappy? All right, so let's get into the tarot and find out. All right, so I told you I was going to bring your attention to these two cards. So there's 78 cards in a tarot deck. 22 of those cards are major, heavy hitting energy. Okay, which may not be as flexible. Okay, depending on what's happening in your life, I may not be as flexible as maybe some of the lower cards. Okay, so the first one that came out for you is the Magician. All right, we got DJ Khaled here being the Magician, and Magician represents Gemini and Virgo energy ruled by the planet Mercury. So this is major manifester energy. So maybe this is Spirit saying you have the ability to be a major manifester as well. So tap into that energy of using all the elements to manifest exactly what it is that you want, need, and desire. Okay? I love that. I love that. Okay? And I've got the Hanged Man. So this could be a time for you, Capricorn, and maybe that's why this divine emergence card was in the reverse, because maybe you're going inward. Maybe you're tapping in, you're going in, you're taking inventory, you're thinking about every little detail, and you're consulting with Spirit, hopefully, so that you can come to some resolutions within yourself. Okay. Some judgment calls maybe that need to be made. If there needs to be a resolution, how will you resolve this issue? All right, so you might need to take a pause. This is what this is. This is water energy as well. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. And Capricorn, the other part of you is a Pisces, okay? So tap into those emotions. All right? You might need to see things from a different perspective, a higher perspective even. All right? So just pause and go inward, go deep. I challenge you, go deep, okay? All right, so Spirit says, I challenge you, go deep. All right, so Spirit, And I wanted to show you this. Nothing came out at the bottom of the other deck, but this deck, I got the Chariot, and this Chariot actually came in reverse. This is more water energy. We do have Saturn in Pisces right now, and Saturn is the teacher of the zodiac. You're about to learn something today or tomorrow or through this next 30 days, because Saturn is going to be with us over the next year and a half, and karmic lessons or you getting hit over the knuckles with the ruler, that's going to happen. Okay, so expect the unexpected. But the Chariot, that's that Cancerian energy, and I feel like instead of going and doing and pursuing that, something is delaying you. There are obstacles from you moving forward. I feel like you're unbalanced right now. Unbalanced and maybe all over the place. How about that? Unbalanced and all over the place. Yeah? If you turn this right side up, that's your challenge. That's your opportunity to be determined and travel and go after all the things that you desire, right? With this Chariot, just jumping in your Chariot and going, pursuing life adventures. Okay? All right, Spirit, this is for, and we'll give you your universal message after the tarot. Okay. So, Holy Spirit, this is for Capricorn. What do you want Capricorn to know? What do you want Capricorn to know now and over the next 30 days? I know there's going to be an overlap in energy because I'll do a reading prior to that, but let's just say 30 days. Okay, Spirit, what is the main energy for our Capricorns during this time frame? All right, so there are 3 of Pentacles on the bottom. So I feel like you want to collaborate, you want teamwork, you want to work. You want to find a resolution, and that involves working together, right? Or maybe you're starting a new project where you're working with a team of people and you're all working together to build something, produce something, or for the greater good. Okay? All right, so what's the main energy for Capricorn during this time frame? The Moon. More Cancer energy, okay? A lot of water here for you. This might be a very emotional time for you, even though some of those cards show that you might be denying your own feelings, okay, Cappies? But I've got the Moon here, and the Moon represents intuition, that knowing, okay? You being tapped in to Spirit, so that when you hear that voice that says go left instead of right, that intuition doesn't steer you wrong, okay? You trust that voice, all right? The Moon can also be the energy of maybe secrets being kept. And if there are secrets being kept and people wearing masks, then that creates that sort of energy that we saw earlier, and that is somebody maybe who can't be trusted, somebody who access got denied, maybe because they were being dishonest or there was some trickery involved here. All right, they weren't being above board. So, okay, so if that's the case, then that's a card of saying, hey, honesty and authenticity is needed. No wearing masks, no secrets, no dishonesty or any of that energy. Or maybe you didn't see this type of energy because maybe you weren't tapped in fully to Spirit, okay? And that intuition. All right, so let's get more energy for Cappies. Queen of Wands, the World. Ten of Cups, Page of Swords. Second row, we've got the Hanged One, which we already saw. The Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, and the King of Wands. All right, so let's move this over here and let's get into this. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. Well, Wands is that fiery energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? And the Queen of Wands is attractive and beautiful and energetic, and they follow their goals. They're disciplined in that, right? She also could practice some sort of spiritual, like tarot reading or something like that, because you see she is lighting a candle for her altar. So it could be her ancestor altar, her spiritual altar, you know, and then you see the black cat. So maybe this is a Queen of Wands that has some sort of spiritual gifts here. So that could be you having these spiritual gifts, or somebody who might be a fire sign representing this Queen of Wands, okay? Then I've got the World, the last of the major Arcana cards. There's only 20. Some people say 21, some people say 22, but this is the last of the major Arcana, and the very next card after this is either the 22 card or the 0 card, but the 22 reduces to 0. So there we go. We've got the World. Completion. There's going to be a completion here. There's going to be a completion. Something is going to be finished. This could also, you know, is a chapter or cycles closing out and new beginnings starting, because like I said, the Fool card, which is all about new beginnings and taking that leap of faith to start a new chapter, that's what that's all about. Yeah, could be, you know, closing out a chapter and starting a new cycle, and maybe finding this Ten of Cups situation, this ultimate love connection. You know, this is like an abundant, healthy love connection. Or maybe you're closing out, maybe the cycle will be closing out. The cycle will be closing out on a Ten of Cups, or something that you considered a Ten of Cups or thought was a Ten of Cups, but maybe that cycle is ending, okay? And then I've got a Page of Swords. So pages are students. Okay, it's brand new energy, baby energy. The swords are air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and swords are all about intellectual thought processes, as well as communication, good communication, okay? So maybe you're learning something, all right? Maybe you're starting a podcast. Maybe you're thinking of starting a podcast. Maybe you're thinking of communicating something to the masses or to somebody, okay? Yeah. And also, the Page of Swords is a card of somebody somebody whose access has been denied, and this person might be you know, still looking at your social media, trying to find out what you're doing, or vice versa, find out what you're doing, who you're with, what's going on in your life. So somebody might be stalking from afar behind a computer screen, okay? You see there's a computer there too. All right. Lower level, we've got the Hanged One again. Okay, so that makes 2. So this is double confirmation, Cappy, that going inward and taking a pause, taking a break and going inward is very, very necessary for you. Very, very necessary. Okay. This could also, maybe there has been a pause from this Queen of Wands as well. You know, because the Queen of Wands is on top of the Hanged One. And then moving over, we got the Knight of Pentacles. So pause, chill, and Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Takes their sweet ass time. I mean, really very slow moving energy. This is that earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Knight of Pentacles. They don't want to mess with their abundance that they already have, and they know that if something is worth it, that it's going to take time to get it. So this might be you exercising your right to, you know, maybe you're thinking about closing out this cycle, this chapter, but you still haven't done it yet, possibly. Okay. And then we've got the Eight of Wands below the Ten of Cups. So maybe you want to go towards this. Maybe you want to go towards what you thought was this Ten of Cups. Maybe you want to go towards or take action towards this Ten of Cups. All right. Maybe you want to, yeah. Okay. And then lastly, I've got the King of Wands. So we got the Queen of Wands at the beginning of your read and the King of Wands at the very end of your reading. The King of Wands is like the Queen of Wands, very motivated, desirable. They go after their goals, their desires, their dreams without hesitation. They're disciplined as well. So maybe this is you going towards the Eight of Wands, going towards this King of Wands type of energy. Like, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go balls to the wall. I'm going to make it happen. All right. After you get out of this Knight of Pentacles, this slow moving energy where you think about everything, and this Hanged One, this pause energy. After you get out of that energy and you start moving forward, maybe after you close out this cycle, possibly from this Ten of Cups situation, okay, then maybe you go towards starting a podcast, or or maybe you want to be a rock star or something like that, okay, and you're going to go towards it, go towards what you want and desire. What's on the bottom? We got Three of Pentacles, so that's working together. And wow, what is that? Wax? Okay. And then I've got this double energy. This is you, Capricorn. This represents Capricorn right here, double energy. So not only does it represent Capricorn, but it represents maybe this pause energy might be because there might be some sort of fears here. This double energy can represent fears, and fears sometimes stop us from accomplishing what we should set out to do, right? Sometimes fear of success. But this also represents toxic ways of thinking, toxic communication, toxic behaviors, addictions, compulsive behaviors. This is that type of energy that lowers your vibration, Capricorn. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this, okay? So if you're tied to any of this, toxic people, places, or things, addictions, or any of that, old ways of thinking, speaking and thinking, then you're in this double energy. And it lowers your vibration exponentially, okay? Got this healing energy over here. Somebody needs to do some healing here. And we saw that in one of your first cards. Your angel card was talking about you doing some healing and how important it is to surrender so that you can get this healing that is very much needed. All right. But you have to have faith. You have to have faith. And this is unwavering faith right here with this star card. Because if you have faith or unwavering faith, that if you do what you're supposed to do, then Spirit is going to gift you. Spirit's going to gift you by giving you a healing, by giving whatever it is that you need, right, in order to move forward. and be this abundant Nine of Pentacles. This is you, solo dolo, abundant AF. Don't need anybody. You are abundant all by your lonesome. But there needs to be some work done here. Okay? There needs to be some self-love. Okay? There needs to be some renewal of your spirit. There needs to be a connection, more of a connection with spirit, so that spirit and your spirit team can talk with you more and whisper in your ear more and guide you more. Okay? Yeah. Yes. I love this. Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess. The High Priestess is Piscean energy. The other part of you is a Pisces, Cappy. So tap into your watery side, your emotional side, not just that hardcore earth energy, okay? This is that I am so tapped into my intuition. I have a great connection with Mother, Father, God, and I don't make a move without consulting my spirit team and my intuition. Okay? Right. Yeah. This foundation of having a happy home, right? The Four of Wands also represents marriage as well. So a happy home, first and foremost, a foundation, right? Your safe place to go. Okay? So if you're not married, if this doesn't include a marriage, then, you know, maybe if this is a marriage, maybe you should have followed some of that High Priestess, follow this High Priestess advice in reference to this marriage or something to do with your stability or your home. Okay? All right. Queen of Cups. Dang, somebody has some sort of spiritual gifts here, because I have a Queen of Wands. She's got an altar here, and I've got the Queen of Cups, nurturing, loving Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and she is reading tea leaves. So somebody's got some spiritual gifts here. All right? So keep pressing forward. Heal yourself, Cappy. Love on yourself. Connect with spirit, okay? All right. So universal message is, ooh, wow. Okay, listen. This new chapter, and we talked about new beginnings and new chapters, did we not? This new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. Damn, Spirit. You undid it. You undid it, Spirit. You undid it. You can't continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding, the same lens, okay, the same pair of glasses that you've had up until now. You need to take them glasses off and throw them on the ground and smash them and get you a new prescription, Cappy. Alright? No matter what you face or how you feel, see it all from a higher perspective. Lord, thank you, Jesus, because this is what this is about. This is what this is about. I'm telling you, this is what this is about. I can't make this up. Okay? You seeing things from a different perspective or a higher perspective, like that eagle, right? And not from the same old lens, not from the same old cup, okay? Not from the same old belief system, seeing things totally different and being a little bit more flexible in that, okay? Okay. Take care, Capricorns. Love on yourself, man. Renew yourself. Surrender all that old shit. Let it go. All right? Love you guys. Let me know if that resonates. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All the way from the A. Love you guys.